What you gonna do now, buddy? For you guys with little time, there is a too long didn't watch version of the deck tag I'm having right now. At the end of the deck tag, there will also be a timestamp in the video description. Greetings, freaks and folks, this is Vlad the Lad, and if you're into Legends of Runeterra content, you should definitely consider subscribing to the channel as I cover a lot of that. Today's deck list I want to start off a bit different than usual, as I'm heading the playtesting of this deck beforehand, and I ran into a lot of losses. And then I tweaked it a bit, because I wanted really badly that it works. And turned out it worked, at least for the last 4 games. So as usual, I'm diving into my gameplay after my deck tech, so I don't know the outcome, and we will dive in it together. I just want to show you right here that I did well beforehand. So we beat it Lee Sin, we beat it Asol Zoe, we beat it Ezreal Draven 2 times. Those are meta decks. And yeah, that's no spider aggro. This is something I want to clarify as well here, as we have this list. And yeah, that's, like I said, no spider aggro. This is another deck, I will say it in a second, but first of all, I want to say that I don't run Legion Rearguard. I don't run Stygian Onlooker. I don't run the Imperial Demolitionist. I don't run the Doom Beast. I don't run the Brothers Bond, and I don't run Stalking Shadows and Unspeakable Horror. Neither of those cards. So I wanted to get off the path of having this aggro game plan, like only burn aggro, and I'm kind of tired of this thing to, you know, have this trade up, play your units and go face, and if you burned out your cards, you are done. That's a very boring game plan to me, although it is in the meta tier A, in the tier list on Mobalytics. But I don't think that's a very fun deck to play. Instead, we will go with Romeo Buster. Now, why is it called like that? Because there's somehow that dude in every artwork. I call him Romeo because he has roses, and he kind of has an affection towards Elise, it seems, lore-wise, and he is somehow in trouble and busted in every artwork there is. Also in the Arachnoid Sentry, he is entering the door, being food. Then in the Frenzy Skirra, he is, you can see it in the roses, it's the same dude. Then we have the Arachnoid host, who is also overwhelmed with Elise in the back. And the main reason why we are building this deck, or why I wanted to work it that badly, is this card right here. And I'm really happy that this was added, as this is finally a 4-drop for spiders. Now I want to actually also have a late game spider thing to have, so you have actually the opportunity to build different, because right now it seems you only build spider aggro or you build shit with the spider decks. And this is a really neat addition, as it has 5 HP, which is the thickest spider there is as of now. If you take out the Wilmore, which is created from the 3 mana spell. Here, the Fresh Offerings, where there you have Wilmore, which is a 6/6, but we don't run that card because it's bad. Like, having 3 allies died is always a really hard thing to pull off. It's slow speed, you get it afterwards. It only has a fearsome keyword to it. It's overall not too good. So I decided not to run it, but instead we run the Shrieking Spinner, which has an attack effect that says grant all other spider allies +1 attack. Now this is also something that the Arachnoid host does, that he pumps up the attack of spiders by 2, which is why we run it as a full set as well. And this is our 5-drop of choice, as we have a lot of other spiders. We lead off with Precious Pet, a full set. I run the Legion Saboteur over the Hapless Aristocrat, where we get a spider out just for damage issues. Like, we are still a deck that wants to go face. We want to do the most damage that we can, and we want to close out the game normally at round 8 or something around that. And yeah, but we are more like a mid-range deck, so we have actually a lot of tools to get back into the game. We have Glimpse Beyond to draw 2 cards And also we have a 2 of Whispered Words, which will also draw us cards. We can get back into the game. Also, we are running Might, which is normally a very expensive play for Spider aggro, but in this deck it definitely shines, as we can pump up, like I said, the attack by a whole ton. We have the Shrieking Spinner, which will pump it up. We have the Arachnoid Host, which will pump it up. We have the Brood Awakening, which will pump it up. And we also have the Frenzy Skidra, which will also pump the attack of all Spider allies on our board. So it's really easy to have like small house spiders or anything with 6 attack and stuff like that. We can build that up. Then we have Arachnoid Horror, which is also like a very auto-includes normally in spider decks, where you have a fearsome keyword to it and the 3/2 body is really solid, and the spider class to it, yeah, here. And yeah, then we have a 2 of Vile Feast to maybe finish off something that's blocking us and we are 1 damage off, or we have any Teemo, Zoe, and the likes to kill that off. We get a Spiderling out of it, so it's overall profit. We have a 1 of Arachnoid Sentry. I don't run more of that as we don't have any other stun synergy, but it can be really neat to develop into round 3 and stun the potential blocker that he's developing on round 2 or 1. And then we can attack with whatever we have, like House Spider and Precious Pet, if we curved out well. And then we also run a full set of Decimate. This is still, yeah, an heir, I think, of the Spider aggro game plan, right, where we want to burn him down. But like I said, we have different tools. Like we normally don't run Shrieking Spinner and Arachnoid Host in any Spider aggro deck. But instead we will run, because we are a mid-range deck and it didn't work out, I have decided to add some late-game power bombs, like I a lot of the times do in my decks, if you saw my others recently. And Captain Ferro is really a power bomb at that, as we will create us 2 other Decimates in hand, so we in total have 5 Decimates in deck, right? And he himself is an 8/8 Overwhelm, which can close out games. As we also have a 2 of Harrowing. And this is also an inclusion that nobody plays around really, as we can bring back the likes of Frenzy Skidra, which will, upon summon, lower the attack of the enemy board and also pump up ours. And also we will get the Arachnoid Host, although he is normally summoned first in the order from the Harrowing, because it goes from the strongest to the weakest, as we bring back our followers here, or units in general, and he will only pump up what's already on board, or maybe what's stronger, because I had it that Captain Farron was already dead and I played Harrowing, so I brought back Captain Farron, got another 2 Decimates, and him with an 8/8 Overwhelm, and I closed out the game like that. So yeah, that's basically the main idea of this deck, as we also have a 3 of Noxian Fervor. Is also an thing to have in burn decks, where you want to go face and you don't have any things to keep yourself alive, right? I have the 2 Vile Feast, which will give me 2 HP back, which already won me a game already against Easy Draven. This one game. But other than that, we don't have anything like that. So we are an aggressive classic Noxian into the face deck, but with a little twist that we are mid-range instead of burn aggro, and we can actually refill our hand and get back into the game later on the line. And that's the whole deck list there. We are 8 minutes in, like I'm usual, and we will go to the Too Long Didn't Watch. So welcome there to my Too Long Didn't Watch. This is a deck completely built around spiders, which is more of a mid-range instead of an aggro version, because we run things like Shrieking Spinner and Arachnoid Host, which will pump up the attack of our spiders. We also have Brood Awakening to do that. And also we have a really easy time leveling up ELISE in that list, as we have a couple of early drops. With the 2 drops, we have the House Spider. We have almost every spider you run in this deck, and that you can run, and we have some power bombs like Captain Ferro and Harrowing to close out the game and finish the enemy off, and that's the whole deck idea. And we also have something to refuel, like Whispered Words and the likes of Glimpse Beyond and 2 of, to stay fueled. Okay, now we do, as always, jump into the games together. as I am again on almost 100 on points, so I will probably run into a lot of medalists and maybe not win every game. Another easy Draven. This matchup I did good against, because normally this is a bad matchup for Spider aggro, because they can just ping down everything we have, and they tend to do that, but it turned out that they run out of gas earlier than we do, and we keep on the pressure. So let's actually try and do that. As we do find our late game power bomb. Another power bomb. This happens to me quite frequently actually with this deck, that I have 3 power bombs in the deck and I draw 2 of them in my starter hand. It's really weird. I think I want to spread out with a House Spider instead of ELISE, because we could have a Culling Strike and just nullify my ELISE. So instead I will do this. And then could even Skitterer, but I think I will ELISE.
Come closer.
I don't bite. Okay. Does that. Probably killing her off with a Raven's Flock. But that's completely fine. As it is a 1-for-1 trade. Yep. And it's something that comes back with a Herring, so would be neat to level her up, but I don't run into any illusions, right? This won't happen very often against Ezreal Draven. If he passes here, like, these two have strong play effects and I don't want to waste it. Just play another ELISE here. We'll see another removal. And then we probably Arachnoid host in the next round. Depends on what he's playing now. But it seems he is struggling with the decision. Uh-huh.
You dare.
So we'll probably see another flock. Not yet. As I don't have any good plays again, like, he needs to develop something so I can get use of my units here. I will just summon another Spiderling, wait for his removal and refuel with Glimpse Beyond. There's a flock. To be expected. It's also the main reason, basically, why I included this over the other Whispered Words card draw. I mean, one, it's cheaper, and other than that, every removal will be denied. So he has to put on another removal to actually play around that. Ezreal is already a 5 out of 6. This is really dangerous. Yeah, problem is that I need to keep on the pressure, I think. So I have to kind of waste this host here. But we'll put on a thick body. Amen. We yet again have a Glimpse Beyond for his Mystic Shot. So we will need to have some more resources to level him up. Or he needs more resources. It's a very neat draw. And that's a good draw. Yeah, I'm doing this. As he goes for another removal, I will go for the Noxian Fervor. Like, I'm not messing around with this Ezreal. Perfect. Because like this, he can't deny it. Or he can't play another removal to level him up beforehand. So he wouldn't die off from leveling up, but now that he isn't leveled up, we can actually do this. That's an interesting thing to have. I think I want to do this. Stun the potential blocker. So he needs to develop something else. He decides not to. I think I want to develop ELISE. Yet again, third ELISE. As he needs more removal to stop this attack from happening. He's still pretty healthy, like he managed to play around a lot of things here. But his hand seems to be stuffed with useless stuff. Like, he struggles with this place a lot. This is completely perfect.
You won't suffer long.
As he probably will ping our ELISE and kill her up. with the Noxian Guillotine. Oh, or he will just draw off the fleeting card.
So young.
So young. And this is exactly what happened the last time I played against Ezreal Draven. Yeah, he has to attack. He has to trade it. And what we can do now is the exact same thing that I did the last time. Oh, you tell me something. This makes me extremely sad. I have a space more for my heroine to get off. What you gonna do now, buddy? Glorious. That was glorious. Glorious first game. Actually climbing. These power bombs really made a difference to make this deck work. Super happy. Okay, let's hope we queue into more Ezreal Draven. Mattarello playing some Shen with Jarvan. I don't like the decimates right now. Glimpse can be neat. But do they run single combat? Sometimes they do. I think I want to keep it. As we can curve into House Spider. This can be really neat for... or against barriers, rather. They normally tend to not have any strong turn 2 plays, so I think I'm very safe to develop here.
I have been sent by the king himself.
Perfect. I think I'm taking with everything and hoping he blocks here.
No honor in this.
So I get well feast value and more damage in. I wonder how he wants to
The young prince will be found.
challenge though. Like what challenge cards does he have? Let's see. Probably see a... No. No sharp side. Interesting. As we will just do the same thing again.
No honor in this.
This is great value for us, removing them with little resources.
Fate of mortals and spirits
Falls to me. I'm very sad that my Elise doesn't level here. And he probably will go for the dragon next round. The challenge dragon. Like I can smell it in his hand. But it is what it is. I can always glimpse beyond. And then he has to single combat. So we basically want him to use as many resources as he... My nose never fails me. I want to Arachnoid host here. Pump up everything.
Would be so lonely without you.
Do I mind that? I don't think so. Okay. I think we go for it, right? This is just too good.
I must reach the king.
I must reach the king. Okay, and I think we are going in. As we have answers, Noxian Fervor and Glimpse Beyond for any removal. Divergent news. Really debating here. If you want to lose all that value, fine. I'm very happy with that. We even get close to our reputation, which is funny in this deck. I didn't mention it in a deck tech, but you can actually get off the reputation by having all these pumped up spiders. I will go for this. Still keep mana open for Glimpse Beyond. You weakened the Shen significantly.
The Vanguard will have to follow.
Okay. He still has the 9 mana. But I gotta go for it. And the reason is because I want him to not have any combat tricks left. Or we just get the value off of it.
Enforced equilibrium.
I'm ready enough.
Ready enough. Now we do this. Wait for his barrier? No barrier. Okay. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Pass. As we see a rally with barrier, probably. Nope. No rally effect. If you don't want to rally, we going in. Concerted strike. Yep. I could even do this. Do I? It's a tough choice to make. Because if I do it on my Baron, he dies anyway to kill this dude. And he could have a bazillion answers, so I will just go for this. And hope for another removal or counter here. Or we just draw. More cards. As we have lethal in hand. We just need the mana for it. But he probably will go for
A watchful eye.
a lot of rally effects here.
Break their spirits and their soul.
Because I know he will rally a lot, I want to lower his attack now, so I take less damage. Basically buying us time to play our decimates here. You are toast. Unfortunately, he can remove our ward right away. And I definitely want to use something here to wait on this. To try and lower his HP. Could see a Nopify. Or deny. Or that. Yeah, that's fine. We can't do anything about it. But he can't really either. And now I want to try to kill off Laurent. Yep. This gets us another blocker. We're still super healthy. And now we start burning with all these decimates. And they're even prismatic and shiny. Because they are from our beloved Captain Farron. He's definitely waiting for me to go for another decimate. But I don't want to do him this favor. Because he has the rally in hand, like I'm saying. So I'm very happy he passes him.
Times will change, but Demacia must endure.
I need to buy another round. And that's why I only have to do this. Lower his attack again. Yet again. And his strong attackers are the ones with Challenger. So I will stay nice and healthy. Hand me my blade. Okay, let me think here for a second. 11, 15. Yeah, it would be lethal, unfortunately. Fuck. So if he rallies now, I'm dead. And if he rallies and only attacks with this, this, and this, I'm down to 4. I gotta go for it. Because if he rallies now, I get initiative 8 again. And then he is, yeah, he's dead.
Steady yourself, soldier.
No more deny mana. Booyah. Yeah, I'm really happy how I played it. But still, when the camera's on, I'm recording. It's still hard to think and take your time, right? Like I still can cut out my thinking process, of course. But I also want to have you take part a bit on that, so I'm trying to narrate as much as I can, as we will go for round 3. Lucian Hecarim. A long-forgotten archetype. Probably with Grand Plaza. So it's a bit of a race. Noxus Fervor could be neat. I want to keep the glimpse, I think. Yeah. But Noxus Fervor is a bit too early. Harrowing could be great. Like, to counter his Harrowing or just to overwhelm him.
Sure is dark, eh?
Sure is dark, eh?
There's a chill in the
Develop the House Spider for some solo blockers.
way the shadows.
As he decides not to attack into that. Now I'm happy about the Noxian Fervor, like I have to remove the Lucian before he gets out of hand. I want to develop the ELISE here, because you can block it with the Oblivious is his name? Islander. So he has to trade into the Lucian if he wants to kill my ELISE. It's basically the idea here. I think I even want to just attack with that. Hush now. So if he decides to not to trade, okay, he trades. Unless he has a combo trick. Nope. No combo trick. Very happy that I removed him. Like every time of the day I will
Push back the darkness.
take the trade, as he does have another Lucian. You've gotta be kidding me. Yeah, this is a
I know what lurks in the shadows.
ELISE develop here. He does have the nuts combo. Yeah, because he lowered the... yeah. That was pretty much in nuts hand for him. Yeah, I would like to Vile Feast one of these, but I have to Noxian Fervor the Lucian. I got no choice. You better don't attack with those dudes. Come on, dude. Do your thing. Do your thing. Boom! This is what I like about Noxian Fervor, that it's so versatile on this deck. Like, we don't only want to go face with it, but we also remove threats that are about to kill us. Like this dude would have. I love that Shrieking Spinner here. And I will go for it. Pump up the attack of our spiders upon attack. I could even argue to Vile Feast beforehand to get more pumped up spiders. Because I don't think they run Ruination. And if they do, we have an out with that. Okay. Now it's sealed that I'm going for this.
A tribute to the
Spider God. I think I even want to attack with that. Obviously not with that, because I wanted to level. If he has a boost... oh no, he does not. So we level our ELISE.
smooth as silk.
Looking very good. Man, I love this deck. Spiders can be so much more than just aggro. And I'm very happy that our thumbnail gets into play. With Romeo the Busted. To battle. Okay, so he won't level above the attack. Because he will summon 2 of the Spectral Riders plus the Shark. So I'm very safe to just develop here. Oh, what the hell? What the hell is this card, dude? Oh shit. Oh shit. Shit's getting real. I guess I have to sacrifice my whole board and Harrowing. It's bad, but I have to. Wait, dude, you have to attack with your blockers.
It's all in the wrist.
Yeah. Exactly that.
Stop it.
Yeah, I mean, it would be stupid to attack with the others, right? He already has a full board. Okay, so what we are doing here is get the thickest blocker here to mitigate around the overwhelm. And then we block all this. Get down to 8. It's not a very good thing to have. Wait, I have 7 mana next round, plus 2 is 9. Yeah, I can go Full Glimpse. On 2, yeah, doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. What the hell is this dude doing? Also, we do that before we are in the danger of drawing into Pesky Spectre. And we go all in.
There's a chill in the air.
Okay, that's the third Lucian. He probably has a Harrowing in hand, so we are mostly dead. But that's how things are going, right? Do this. It doesn't really matter the order here. And we do this. This. We definitely keep this Spiderling here because it's our only blocker. And yeah, this should be the most damage. Dun, 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 dun. Glimpse? What is that? Yeah, glimpse. So basically there are 2 ways for us to die here. One is the Harrowing, and the other one is Hecarim. And he most definitely has one of these in hand.
Oh, hello there.
Hello there. So we're happy to see that one of those cards is just the Oblivious Islander. But the other thing is probably... Did he top deck a Harrowing, really? Gotta be shitting me. You gotta be shitting me. Yeah, we can do this. And then decimate. To at least show off that we had the potential to bring him down to 4. GG, my friend. You are the master of the top decks.
I'll sleep when they're dead.
They actually didn't have the Grand Plaza. I think that's an inclusion that you still have to run in this list, because you don't really care about the HP, like the Grand Plaza got nerfed with getting less HP upon entry. but the attack is still there, and you don't care about the HP with the ephemeral, so I think you should still run Grand Plaza on this deck. And of course, we end it with Fresh Nasus, which is mostly a bad matchup for us, obviously, because he has a lot of slay procs that he gets. And we don't have heart removal for... Like, if Thresh gets pumped up, we don't have heart removal for Nasus. And this is mainly the main reason why this deck could be bad right now. Because this deck is just the meta king. But we'll still try. By my side. I mean, you have to... Not only that he plays an OP deck, he just has the nuts opener. And I can't even attack into any of it.
What is darkness to the unseen?
Everyone's a garden.
What the actual fuck? Yeah, sorry, I'm not playing on against this nonsense. Like, not against this high roll hand in the top meta deck. And you will have a bad matchup against it, so yeah. Let's try for a go for an actual round 4. Ooh. The aggro against the mid-range. And I guess we are more vulnerable. We are the worst deck. Let's go with that. In the mirror, because they are simply faster than us and we don't have any heal. But we will, as always, try. Not what we need. Not what we need. And this deck always has 1-drops. Go with the House Spider. With the Arachnoid Horror. As they go for the same. I hope for them to develop. Yep. Thank you. Very funny. But the perfect thing is he thinks I'm already also a Spider aggro deck, so he would have better been attacking here, since we have the longer breath. As we go into Shrieking Spinner. He probably has Elise and can level her. Yep.
There's nothing to fear.
And this is why I should have played around. Now that I think about it. But I didn't. You see a big open attack here.
Smooth as silk.
Fortunately, we can remove her. Oh. What was a big misplay of me? I should have thought about Elise. It was mainly that I didn't have the Elise in hand, and that's why I was thinking that he doesn't have one in hand. That's a stupid way of thinking.
If they don't break, they'll burn.
Yeah.
Make the
Burn.
Empire proud.
Now he just places 3 decimates in hand and we're done. All the other burn cards he has in deck.
War Mason, reporting for duty.
This is what I mean about with boring. Boring deck. Let's see if we can find something useful here. Ah, fuck, we're one mana off. One damn mana off.
Come closer. I don't,
I don't bite.
Clear it out.
Yeah, like I said, he has the Decimate in hand, and we are dead. But it was funny as long as it lasted.
It will all be over soon.
Soon. Oh, I was dead anyway.
That's no way to treat your queen.
That's really no way with your queen. Really not. Yeah, like I said, bad matchup, very bad matchup against burn aggro. I mean, even I think discard aggro is a problem. We have the means to navigate around it a bit with the Noxian Fervor, but I messed up badly with the play. Not removing her beforehand, not thinking about her. But yeah, that's basically the deck idea, the deck list. I had a blast playing it with it. You can also try it yourselves if you want to. For the time being, this would be the last video in the 2-day schedule, as I will be back to work now. And I will go back to the once a week schedule. But you will... I will do videos on all the new champions, because we have a new expansion in, I think, a bit more than a week hitting, and they will reveal new champions, and I'm very excited about that. And obviously I will react to them, as it is a bit of a tradition in this channel to react to new champions. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Very excited. And yeah, I will leave it at that. Thank you guys very much for everything. And I'll see you on the next video, whenever this will be. Like, the latest would be on the next weekend. So long, stay legendary, Vlad out.